Hello, gorgeous heartbeat, and welcome to Heartbeats Harbor. I'm your host, Brianna Hosack, and I'm here to shine the light on the shadow path we walk as heartbeat women. Women rising into leadership roles as lightworkers, changemakers, world shakers, or as I call us, heartbeats, do not have an easy path to walk. It often feels lonely, painful, and unique, but I'm here to help you see how very not alone you are, and how beautiful the shadows surrounding you actually are when you love and integrate them on your healing journey. I create spaces and opportunities for women to step into deeper self-awareness, self-acceptance, and personal healing, community and sacred circles, as well as leadership of themselves, their families, their communities, and beyond. My business and my life is and always will be about massive change in the ways things are done around the world. I believe it's a big part of my purpose on this planet to be a voice for those who don't have one, a safe harbor for those who need one, and a beacon of light to inspire a better way. None of this is easy. I've learned that big impact requires bold action and delusional levels of confidence, as well as a ton of shadow work. If you love what you hear on this podcast and you want to be part of the growing, supportive online village of Heartbeats Harbor, make sure you join my Facebook group, which is linked below in the show notes. Now, I can't wait to get started, so let's turn on the lights. Hey, heartbeats. Welcome back to Season 3, Episode 1 of the Heartbeats Harbor podcast. I am so excited to get started today. Entrepreneurial women have a unique problem that they face: isolation in building their businesses. So often they're stuck at home raising their kids while building their businesses, and they relish the silence so much when they get it that they stay home to work whenever the kids are elsewhere, whether that's school, daycare, playdates, dad's house for all the single mamas, etc. Even if you're not a mom, women's natural energy tends towards being at home, caring for others, whether that's a partner, an aging parent, the neighborhood, or even the physical space of the home, and towards being in a quiet flow instead of that pushy masculine interaction so many of us learned in corporate environments. On top of this, women often struggle to find entrepreneurial success through traditional sales tactics, which are too masculine, too forced, and not optimally structured for their busy days, and which are definitely too pushy for their natural energy. The solution to both of these problems: build authentic relationships. And yes, this solves the sales issues too. I am a connector, and building relationships and communities is my natural state and skill set. And I've been successfully running my own entrepreneurial businesses since 2012. Despite my natural tendency to make friends and build community for myself and others, I've experienced the isolation of building and running a business while being at home with young children, and even the tendency to avoid interaction during whatever measly hours I get without my kids around. The silence being so precious, I couldn't stand to sacrifice any of it, and the conundrum of not wanting to be on calls all day long when my kids are home because I want to be present as a mom. It took conscious, intentional choices and learning a new way of doing what I already do best to get to the point where I no longer felt isolated. And I was able to cut back from the endless sales grind on social media for my online business. Today, I'm going to cover the power of authentic relationship building, why it's essential for business success as a conscious woman, practical steps to get you started, and how to use it to move away from the constant pressure of selling. Authentic relationships are where it's at, and here's why they matter so much. First of all, most heart-led female entrepreneurs worry about being salesy, and it's no wonder, since traditional sales tactics teach us to push in a never-ending cycle of self-promotion and the need to force sales just to get by. It's time-consuming writing endless sales posts and frustrating because on social media, all that effort disappears within mere moments in the grand scheme of things. What a waste of time. It feels fake because it is. Disingenuity is felt from the giver and by the receiver. That's right, the people reading all those forced posts are noticing exactly how forced they are. So many women I work with online are completely oblivious to how to genuinely connect with their potential customers, and it is directly impacting their sales or lack of them. The secret is in the community. Having a supportive network of like-minded women is priceless for you as a woman and especially as an entrepreneur. Depression is an absolute creativity and motivation killer, and it is the first stop on the isolated entrepreneur woman train. We need a village, not want it. Not to mention, and this is a side effect that is incredible enough that it could be its own reason why to build them, but when you build these authentic relationships, you magically get positive word of mouth marketing. The need for active sales drops exponentially when this happens. The pressure lifts because you have people coming your way without any effort from you, who have already been warmed up to your brilliance with the genuine recommendations your network of intelligent, caring, and honest women have given you. If you've heard of the need for testimonials, this is a next level step. You'll be the first stop for any of the women in your network who need the special sauce you're selling, and they'll be the first to recommend you because they've not only tried your services, but they've gotten incredible results that they can talk about again and again, organically, when they come across someone else who needs what you do. You can build affiliate programs, and they are fantastic, but honestly, these women won't need them. It's like when you recommend a product to someone in need solely because you've tried and tested it and know that it is awesome. You don't need to make money off of it to say, hey, try this. These women will understand your work, why you do what you do, just how much you care, and your character in a way that no random affiliate marketer will ever do. And along the way, you'll have fun. A more enjoyable and fulfilling entrepreneurial journey than you could have possibly imagined, which makes it exciting to show up for every day. And voila, you have the motivation you've been missing, not to give up and to follow your dreams. And the cherry on top, these women and the people they recommend you to will be more loyal to you, your business, and your brand, reducing the need to find more clients every time. They'll come back for more. As you grow, they'll follow. Repeat business and client retention will skyrocket so that you don't have to find a never-ending stream of customers. This is the method I use, and it's finally time for me to start sharing it and teaching it to others. It takes us all time to distill our natural talents into a teachable format, and I'm no different. I'm living and breathing this stuff, cutting back on my social media time while my sales are on the rise, and I feel fulfilled, not alone, and excited by my business again. So, if building relationships does not come naturally to you, let's talk about how to go about finding your tribe. Being yourself is key. And I'll be honest, many of you may not even know who you really are underneath the masks society has trained you to wear your entire lives. So discovering who you are is super important here. And you don't have to wait for some obscure end result before you start sharing it. Just share who you know yourself to be now and keep updating as you discover more and more. If some people you thought were your tribe fall away as you update, it's okay. And I promise you, more aligned community members will find you. Authentic visibility doesn't come easy, but with practice, you'll get more comfortable, and it is worth the stretch it will take to get you there. Being genuine in your engagement with other people without ulterior motives will turn into natural relationships. You won't have to force, push, or nag people to be your friend or a member of your network. If you're doing those things, it's because you aren't trusting yourself to be good enough, or because you don't have faith in the humanity of the people you're interacting with. In practice, online, this looks like engaging with content you love on social media, talking to people who interest you, taking some risks by being brave and inviting people into your spaces when you enjoy their conversation, connecting with people by sending a friend request or DM without the motive of making a sale, and letting connections evolve naturally. That's right. It's a long game. Directly networking at networking events is another excellent way to do this. Again, with the goal of meeting people rather than selling. Look for collaborations that serve both audiences equally, and look for people who you genuinely enjoy talking to. It's better to walk away with no new connections than fake new connections also. Another way you can build your unique tribe is by finding other communities that fit within it. Join free and paid groups that align with your actual interests. spiritually, with your hobbies, personal interests, and yes, business interests. Participate in group programs that focus on your learning goals. Be open to connections just for connection's sake. Authentic relationship building takes time, and it's an investment in both your business and your personal well-being. It is not a light switch tactic where you can drop what you're already doing and pick this up instead, unless you're willing to wait for any sales at all for weeks, months, and even years. This is supplemental and gradually builds the results you want while gradually allowing you to reduce the other things you're doing proportionately. Now, shifting from the competitive mindset most of us were conditioned to believe in into collaboration and women helping women instead is a process. It takes time to decondition ourselves about any beliefs, and this is no different. Too often, in the process of shifting into relationship building, women fall into a few traps, which then lead them to believe that this method doesn't work, or at least that it doesn't work for them. So, here are 3 things to watch out for if you decide to use this method. Number 1, comparisonitis. Corporate mentality teaches us that we will be alone at the top, that it's a competition and you must beat everyone else if you want to succeed. This has trained our brains for centuries that we must compare ourselves with others to know whether we're succeeding or not. This is just not true. If you ask a room full of people to define success, they will all say something different, with obvious overlaps like making more money or having more power in some form or another. But the fact that they will all define success differently proves that we are all aiming for something different. Therefore, we don't need to compare ourselves to one another. And even if someone has a similar goal or even the same one, with over 8 billion people on the planet, you'd have to be pretty self-aggrandizing to think that you can handle every client who needs what you've got. Trust that your unique way of showing up in the world and creating change is exactly what your people will need, and that anyone aiming for something similar will have their own subset of clients to serve. The next pitfall is number 2, weak boundaries. Building relationships doesn't mean working for free or being taken advantage of. If anyone, family and friends included, is expecting you to work for free, they are not taking you and your business seriously. No one expects corporations to work for free, and yet once upon a time, they were startups too. They didn't become corporations by giving everything away, and you will not grow to whatever level you wish to grow to by doing so either. Family and friends can show their support by paying you and respecting your time, or else they cannot receive your services. Your time is valuable and is reserved for paying clients. If their response is, you don't have paying clients when you're just starting out, then remind them, I never will if I give my services away for free. Limit the amount of free and discounted trials you offer in exchange for testimonials too. Remember that the authentic connections you'll be building will afford you much more powerful testimonials at full pay, and often this has to do with the fact that someone who has fully invested in your offers will receive the full transformation that you offer, and someone who hasn't won't. Lastly, the easiest trap to fall into is number 3, quantity over quality. And yes, I said that backwards because it's a pitfall and you want to do the opposite. If you want to know how to earn loyal customers and repeat clients, it's simple. Don't cheap out on the effort and quality you put into your services. Serving your clients at the highest level possible shows them that you care about them and don't just see them as a number. Skimming, shortcuts, and skimping out will earn you a meh review and a see you never again client. Yes, it takes more time. Yes, it takes more effort. And it's worth it. Quality service over quantity will be what takes you to the point of being able to scale your business, hire more support, and repeat. There are endless resources that you can utilize for building your authentic circle, network, or tribe. Follow what lights you up, as I mentioned, and it will take you there eventually, no matter what. If you're looking for a focused and guided space to fast track your authentic relationship building, both the skills for how to do it and the actual practice itself, with a curated community of women who are also looking for true sisterhood and genuine connection, check out the link in the show notes for my Wild Sisterhood Circle membership. This is a safe space to practice the much needed skills that so many people these days are lacking, to build these authentic connections, as well as a training ground for how to create your own spaces for community to thrive, how to find aligned communities, and as an added bonus, there are bi-weekly business coaching office hours to help you integrate building authentic relationships into your plan for business growth, so you know how to cut back on selling and start connecting, all in a gradual transition that won't leave you broke while you change methods. There are monthly events to facilitate connections and many other resources available for your support. Whether you choose to join the Wild Sisterhood Circle or not, though, I encourage you to start building genuine connections one way or another. My free Facebook community, the Online Village of Heartbeats Harbor, is another great resource for any spiritual woman who's an entrepreneur to come practice selling in a non-icky way on social media for free, as well as building connections with other women who are on the same journey, including at our quarterly mixers for networking without the selling. The link to join the group is also in the show notes. There are many places online where you can find your people who truly resonate with the authentic you. Remember that relationship building is not just about business success, but also about feeling supported and not alone. It's worth integrating into your time each day a little bit. Don't ignore it in an effort to put all your focus on drumming up business, or your path to success will be so much harder, more painful, and lonely along the way. And finally, remember to be genuine. Attend at least some networking events each month and find communities you enjoy spending time in, not just ones where you can sell. And stay out of the 3 most common traps for women trying to build genuine connection: comparisonitis, weak boundaries, and quantity over quality. Ugh. Your thriving business and fulfilled lifestyle are just a connection away, but it is a long game. So make sure you start trying right away. I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you subscribe to be notified of new episodes. If you really love it here and want to help spread the light, please take a moment to rate the show and leave a review. They help so much. If you love listening and want to be part of the interactive and incredible online community we're growing, make sure you click the link in the description box and join the Facebook group. I promise you it is not like other groups you've been in. Hope to meet you there soon, and I'll be talking to you next week, sending you all my love from my heartbeat to yours.